Lucy Dacus, Lucy Dacus, Lucy Dacus, Lucy Dacus. I hope I've collected the fans, the masses, because I'm about to do something maybe a little tough. I'm going to combat your favorite white woman. Hold on. Hold on. Don't act shocked. Sorry. But really, don't act shocked. Let me pull up the picture. And I do have a bit of an aggressive tone. Say what you want to say. Because it's 2025. Wait, I don't even know the name of the song. What? Stop. Oh, best guess. Best guess. Image. This is one part. This is another part. And another part. Now, first, let me discuss the things that I am unsure of. Because what I've just shown you, my opinions on that are concrete. But let me discuss what I'm unsure of. And while I discuss, let me be sure. Let me research. Let me go past the speculation. Wait, hold on. I am so sorry. You don't even know my freaking life. I'm so sorry. But that is Chase Rutherford, and then that's Claire. And if I need a second for that. Okay. So no, I'm just in a mood because I saw this, and then I was gonna be mean. I was gonna not mean to the people, but I was gonna be dismissed. I was gonna say I'm not hungry. But I'm just annoyed at the situation at hand. And so I feel bad because I just said it, but I don't know. I just feel like saying I was going to be mean would have sounded much worse than what it was. It would have been dismissive. So, confirmed that she did have an open casting call on TikTok. Look, I'm seeing the video right here, right now. And I can't. Did she? Oh, here it is. Hold on. Here it is. I'm gonna get struck or whatever for this. I'm gonna, but I got my mind made up. Okay, but she put out that casting call, looking for hot masks. That was the most physical descriptor in that casting call. I'm trying because there's also a perspective. There is also a perspective of, people are like, how many dark skinned studs you think are listening to Lucy Dacus? But also I feel like there's at least one. There's at least a handful. One of them gotta be on TikTok. And I feel like my thing, is this is what it ties to what I've been saying about how you have to be conscious. And I don't want it to feel like tokenism. I really dislike tokenism. But also sometimes, well, actually, I dislike tokenism. Tokenism in fiction is a different alley than tokenism in reality, because you can't deny a real black person their personhood. You can try to stifle it, but that's a real black person. And so I guess I am more pro tokenism in person. I guess it still does not mean that it's my favorite thing. It still does not mean it's my favorite thing. I don't think that's what it is at all. But I think the difference here is that if you have a black fictional character, you can just put them to the side and it's up to you whether we will hear from them or not. So if we never hear from them, that's just all the way through. If you have a real black person. So I guess maybe this is, I'm getting into a completely different conversation. And I actually wanted to touch black tokenism earlier, but I don't know, maybe it's applicable here because they could not even do that. Well, there is black people. Now let's talk about colorism because it's black people, but they not darkies. Everybody talk about she did the paper bag test and a Brandy Melville door. Like I really, first of all, and actually I will say I'm not hungry about this. Ew! Sorry. Why are you running? Come back. Don't hide. This motherfucker. You guys remember Only J.S.? That girl? Here's 5 reasons why you psychologically don't like broccoli. Then she was a racist, calling people nigger lovers. Don't sugarcoat it. And Maddie was dating Jay's post nigger lover. Racism is not a deal breaker for many. And this is, there's a discussion how anti-blackness is so normalized that it's actually not a deal breaker for most things. But and that's why people don't listen to black people when they say this anti-blackness is weird. They're like, it's just you just don't know, you just don't get it. But then they end up doing something that the person is like, whoa, this is too far. It's literally the poem where he's like, they got socialists, but then I wasn't a socialist, I said nothing. Then they got trade unions, I wasn't a trade unionist, I said nothing. Then they came for me, and black people are the first people that there was, black people are the first people that they frequently go for, and nobody wants. They're like, it's just whatever, and they make excuses and they don't say anything, but then they get you and then it's a big deal. To run that through real quick. Hello? So, not one redhead. Are you serious with me right now? And there are literally disabled people everywhere. There are literally fat people everywhere. And you're telling me that Lucy Dacus couldn't find one disabled person, one larger size person, like nearly nowhere. And I'm not physically disabled. No. Why did I'm not. Wait, now I feel like, because first I was like, why was I questioning? Like, I'm not. And then I said, I'm not, like it was a bad thing. Sorry about that. But, and because I'm not physically disabled, and I'm not that, like, the tokenism argument, in those scenarios, I think that it can apply, but I'm not going to say it's the truth. Because how would I know? I don't know what representation is like for them. But I say that I think it can apply because it's more from the perspective of you cannot deny a real person and their real experiences, and you cannot genuinely silence them, Like, I've just confused myself just now. I've just confused myself a little bit. Low-key, the way I've been talking, I should have laundry going right now. I don't know. But I just feel like it's not it. And I almost feel like from the discussion of like how many black people do you think are listening to Lucy Dacus, and yes, like, okay, you are the only two black people at the Lucy Dacus concert. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that maybe, because white people, they pull white audiences. That's just the way that things go. So I'm not denying these things. Okay, I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying this, that, the third. But I feel like if I saw especially with the definition of hot masks, because that is the only physical definition that these people are hot and they are masculine, right? I don't keep up with everybody on that list. So I'm not like, because, there's a conversation of sometimes, that's just a feminine boy clothes and stuff like that, tomboy feminine, whatever. So I don't know all their, like, to say, like, that's not a mask, but it's the signifier of hot, and this is what Lucy Dacus is showing you that she selected from the group of people. These are who are really hot and are going to be in her music video. See what I'm saying? Do you see how it all, that group of people are the hot masks that Lucy Dacus was looking for? I don't see myself in that group. Fat people don't see themselves in that group. Disabled people don't see themselves in that group. So, we not hot or what? Oh my god, relax. I have to get my charger. Sorry. Okay, there's actually something I failed to consider just now in my defense of tokenism, which is that if you are the token, it is certainly not a nice feeling to feel like you are there solely to meet a quota, which is why, because I was like, while I was looking for my charger, I was thinking, yeah, at least with, real people tokenism, like, if you have a quota, like, you need at least, like, one dozen person, and, like, you're, because I'm sure Lucy Dacus didn't select that group of people and think, oh, I'm not going to have any dark-skinned people, I'm not going to have any fat people, I'm not going to have any disabled people. I'm sure she thought, I'm just going to pick up some people. And so I was thinking, if there was tokenism, it's such a negative word. If there's tokenism, at least, you need one dark-skinned person, you need one fat person, you need one disabled person. And then I thought, and that's when I was like, but also to feel like you're there just to meet a quota, to feel like you're there to be the monolith, the here, have it, is not a good feeling. And so, if you need to do something like that to make sure that your biases are in check, you need to put 200%. But also sometimes when you're singled out and you're like, oh my god, like, here's the, it's like, okay, like, something needs, like, I don't know. Race is very tricky. It's a very tricky topic. It's not a very easy thing for nobody. But I was gonna say, if you're gonna do that, you need to make them feel like, actually, I'm leaning, because I'm thinking about DEI, the conversation, and everybody's like, if you're like, if you're qualified, they'll hire you. But the thing is that it is those biases that stops them from hiring you even if you are qualified. So, yeah, I'm low-key pro my real life interpretation of tokenism, and you need to do the work to make sure that those people are treated as more than tokens. I feel like I can expand to get the full, proper exact idea across, but I think that inkling, I'm going to let that inkling sit with us, and I'm going to let it I think that it's gonna say enough that I need right now for that thought. Mm, yeah. Uh, well, this is TikTok. Ooh, that is okay. Brooke McNeil. That was a long ass. Oh well, Brooke Elise McNeil. Why? I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's a long ass display name. This is Brooke Elise McNeil, but the user is at Brooke McNeil. As a black queer woman living in Los Angeles, because that was also something I thought about a little bit. Like, is it like a sort of location thing? Because it sounded like in her little letter that it was like there was a time crunch to it, and so you can't fly people out. If there's no black people in Los Angeles, and also, all the other, fat people, disabled people, any other people that I might be forgetting. Dark skinned people specifically. Yeah. Wait. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sure that I probably do have a blind spot somewhere. And so apologize for that. But I am in this scenario I'm affected as a dark skinned person. I'm gonna get there. But so I am gonna keep leading and saying talking about the dark skin experience because that's what I have and that's what I can fully recognize and speak about. But everybody who is not reflected should be sought out. Not okay, well, their opinions should be recognized and sought out. Yeah. Yes. But if there's no black people, there's no dark skinned people in Los Angeles. I feel like there's a bigger, even more systemic issue. Gentrification. Oh! No, because I was just thinking, ooh! Somebody made a tweet. They were like, it's so rude when people call me a transplant because I'm white, but I moved here because, they forget that I'm trans, and I moved here to, be safer and away from, I'm really misquoting this. Well, the general idea is that to be called a transplant is not nice because they came to this city, they came to this borough, they went to Brooklyn, New York, wherever it was, so that they could have, access to trans healthcare, trans support and things like that. There's nothing wrong with wanting access to these things. The issue comes not because the issue has nothing to do with you wanting access to the what's the word? To the aid? I'm gonna say aid. To the aid that you need. The issue comes with you not even just, it's the thing. There's you as an individual, and then there's you as an individual part of a collective. And that's what I'm really getting at. Issue comes with you as the individual part of this collective that is removing black and brown people from their homes, putting them on the streets, just uprooting their lives, derailing their lives, so that you can then get somewhere for your cheap prices, your good looks, with, maybe you have a monthly, in this scenario, trans person who's, escaping somewhere, they probably don't have siblings from mommy and daddy, but some white people who do. All these benefits, because if you're a white person, you have a benefit, light work, all these things, and yes, maybe there's all these things here, but do you know who also wanted these trans aids and stuff like that? You know who probably built the foundation for all the trans aid in that community, in that area? The black and brown people who lived there. Because guess what? Black and brown people can be trans as well. I feel like that is something that can really get lost a little bit. And I'm trying to figure out where to place this conversation. I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. But I don't think I'm gonna go deep, because I'm trying to focus on Lucy. But Lucy's also a white queer woman, so it's not off the rails. It's not off the track. But still, I think, actually no, it really disconnects, because all paper bags has at the door. It's crazy. I think that a lot of the representation in queer media is white. I just reposted TikTok where somebody was like, I'm a black lesbian artist, and seeing Lucy's lineup, it reminds me that not only are there not a lot of black women in spaces, but there's not a lot of black queer women in spaces. So I am going to be louder, and I am going to be more alert, and I am going to promote myself. And I reposted it. Let the people know. I think that like she was saying, there's not a lot of black queer women seeing spaces. There's not, because for the media, white is always going to be right. So you're gay, we don't like gay people, but let's pick out the whitest out of the bunch and bring them up. Here we go. Marsha P. Johnson is in my list as well over here, but I feel like I wrote something on the Marsha P. Oh, I think that has to do with using black people as entertainment, because it had to do with the Cooper man. I word pose because of Marsha P. Johnson. I should smack you upside. Ooh! That sentence, I should have put that in the section of white allyship, how not to be a white ally, because my god, Marsha P. Johnson, are you fucking insane? I'm getting riled up. Yeah. But see, then it's in the TikTok house. In fact, I would be more surprised if it went the other way. See, because it is so hard to see, because it seems I'm not deep in the Lucy world. I'm not deep in Lucyverse. Okay? It's been my impression that she's, like, advocate, like, let's get it right. Let's uplift the right people. I mean, I feel like most good people should be, and again, because like I'm saying, whiteness is the default in this world. Oh my god. And so to be more surprised to see it the other way, first of all, if I'm looking at it from Lucy Dacus' PR team, good press, we've garnered new demographics. Come here, come get some of this. And also, like, I just feel that, like, that's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. To go against the grain. To properly do representation. To show different interpretations of the term hot. Because when I say default, you know what they want you to think hot looks like. And yes, there's black people. Yes, you got Naomi from Muna. I just looking at, it's not their fault actually. I don't like that Maddie motherfucker, but Lucy picked them. It was an open casting pool. That's another thing, right? Because like I'm saying, like she couldn't find one, but people are like, oh, you know, like what did y'all expect? The people, I even in my search, I saw a fat black person saying Lucy, like I've been there, like I've been in a music video before. I'm a drag king. That's cool as fuck to me. That's hot to me. But like I feel like that's the real setup. That is the real setup in all this, because now you've done it on TikTok. People have seen they've seen the pool that you picked from, and again, maybe the location is a part of it. That's the backstage stuff. That's the backstage stuff. But from the consumer's perspective, I've seen the options, and now I've seen who you've denied, and so now that's gonna make me feel type of way. If I was a serious Lucy Dacus fan, if I was really in it, and I'm a black person, I'm seeing like I'm so excited. I say, oh my god, let me comment, let me repost, let me tag Lucy. Lucy picked them. Come on, Lucy. And then now I'm looking at a motherfucker who dated a racist. Like, I know you had options. That's where she really set herself up. It would be because also, it's like TikTok open casting call. This is just something for every open casting call. It's never, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. But the Children of Blood and Bone casting call, and then they got Idris Elba, they got Amanda Stenberg. Like, come on, you got Viola Davis. That was not an open casting call. That was not an open casting call. You had people all over the world sending you their little video footage, taking a break, a 30-minute break off their job to film that audition video, and then you said, somebody bring me IMDb's top 10 black people. So it's that thing where you stop doing an open casting call if you're not going to do open casting. Because I've read, first of all, you got Cara Delevingne, you got Naomi Muna, you got Maddie TikTok lesbian. I think I saw maybe another TikTok lesbian. Just, like, I'm sure, like, I don't know all of the faces, but I'm sure there's, like, I could go to a Pride event and say how many of these people do you know, and I feel like this is my assumption, because I don't know everybody. This is my assumption. And also, it's like everybody's trying to be an influencer. Sorry, but like I would leave with at least one face, with every face being recognized by at least one person. That's my assumption, but I recognize a couple. So now it's also the thing of, okay, hey, we thought she was doing this for the fans, and now you just got Cara Delevingne up in there. Okay. And so that's just, if you're just gonna pick like that, like, just don't say anything at all. But I guess I got a little press for the song. Maybe they had good intents. Maybe they really tried to get those people, and I don't know. But it does not look good, and it is not serving me. And Lucy need to say, has she said anything? Because again, even if I'm thinking, you try to get somebody, they don't live in LA, you can't get them out in time. Go walk the streets. Ooh, go walk the streets. Like, there are things to be done. I just don't get it. And so, Lucy Dacus do better. I feel like this topic, I feel like I didn't do enough. But I'm also kind of coming off, like, I feel like I did a lot in the last one. I don't know. I hope at the very least that I've open discussion. Yeah. I think that I've done that. So, yeah. And actually, I'm gonna have a celebrity worship discussion separately, but I hope that we can consider certain things with that factor and hold Lucy to the fire, because that was not right to me. That was not right to me. And I know black people listen to Lucy Dacus. Like, I don't know. Okay. stopping now. Bye-bye. Point about the Lucy Dacus thing that I feel like I didn't say isn't true, but I did not highlight enough. Scrolling. Oh, girl. Twitter user Zoe AIU. Why is this a crazy concept for such to also be into indie bedroom pop? Because remember when I was talking about, they don't really, somebody was like, they don't listen to Lucy Dacus or something like that, and I was like, you can't find at least one, like, and that's why I've been like, I didn't say, but like, really, like, why are you under the belief that it honestly, we're branching into a different subject where I feel like, you ever, where people almost get surprised when black people, especially masculine black people, or like sorry to say, but I'm thinking about those memes with the gangsters, and then it's like they're chilling with Hello Kitty or something like that. Like, why? It's the comical aspect of it is that, oh, it's these like ultra hard black men, and then it's like, have a good day, thug. Remember to smile, thug. Or something like there's just, do you know what I'm talking about? And those, I feel like that actually explanation is kind of veering off of what I was just saying. It's in a similar vein where it's like, why are you just assuming that it don't exist? Why are we just assuming, oh, guys, let's be honest, there's probably not any stats listening to Lucy Dacus. How do you know? How do you know? Did they all come together and tell you that? Why are you under the assumption? Because I feel like this is even, because I haven't seen a white person or a non-black person say, well, they just don't listen. Even though, like, it's definitely an argument non-black people have made before about not having black people in spaces. But I think that because I've seen it in black spaces, this conversation, that's even thing about how we're so very easy to limit and box. And that's just its own sort of web, but it's just crazy. It's really crazy. And so I just wanted to add that because I feel like that needed to be questioned. Sorry, now I'm done.